Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Valorant League. This is Division 3, and we are on week 4 of this amazing league that has brought us so much action, so many good games last week, especially if you were able to cast it. And today promises no more. We've got Gracelight versus Limelight Avalon, both great teams, both in the exact same position. We find ourselves with only one game to their name in terms of wins, but it would be nothing without our amazing caster who has been joining us today, and that is Duocat. Duocat, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How's it going?
Yeah, doing great. Stream, guys, if the way the streams have run going currently, we've had some technical difficulties, but I am feeling so good. I'm feeling confident, and yeah, I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling fantastic as well.
Awesome, yeah, and we have got some great games for you as well, and we will go straight to the matchup. Gracelight versus Limelight Avalon. In terms of standings, they're in the exact same spot. One game to their name with both one loss. They're in that cutoff spot, both in sixth place. Tell me how these teams got here and their overall identities.
Well, sixth place. Well, they're both sixth place. I don't actually remember how they got here, but oh God. All right, we're screwing this up already. It's fine. Um, their identities are pretty simple. Oh God, I'm already screwed. It's fine. Their identities are pretty simple. Gracelight, or is it Gracelight? I can't remember.
Yep, Gracelight Ruby.
Or the Avalon. I'm trying to remember the team that there's one team that actually doesn't play the roles that they're currently assigned to, according to the thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like according to their OP.GGs, they don't currently play a lot of the roles in their solo queue. So
Hmm.
that's an interesting little thing that happens.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. So, Limelight, they won. They picked up their first game last week against Frostbite Mayhem, in a nice 2-0, got them on the board. And then Gracelight Ruby, these teams are struggling for that sixth place spot. And, let's talk about Limelight first, the team that was able to pick up that first win last week. Talk to me about the champions and, what's been doing well and how are they going to find their feet in this game?
Oh well, Limelight's the team that hasn't had their roles in solo queue the same as they're currently playing according to the sheet we got here. Um, they play a lot of interesting champions though.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top laner's been playing a lot of Tristana. Uh,
Well, that is certainly interesting.
um, yeah. Gracelight Ruby on the other hand has some interesting things going on here. There's a lot of Aatrox going on in the last 10 games. A lot of Darius's for us for the top laner. For CS is better. Power Fruit has played like a game of Ivern. So that's something I see interesting.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll see that here.
And talk to me about that, like 13.11 Ivan, the patch that has just come out. Anything you particularly, want to focus on, or like any of the champions, what you know of the general state, and anything you want to comment on.
Um, I think Ivern's gonna be like one of those great like supportish, tanky-ish champions that you can throw into the jungle and see if uh see if you can get some kills on and get your laners ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably one of the better ones that you can put out there that isn't really played that often. So it's really easy to just throw that out there and just get something good going. Because the enemy teams aren't really gonna expect much from it. Because even though it's been buffed recently, nobody really plays Ivern.
That is true. That is very true. Nobody plays that champion. I've been giving it a go myself, and it's just a completely different style of jungling, especially with now buff sharing. When you complete that item, it gets shared to whoever picks it up. That meaning that Ivan had to get buffed. We've also seen some bugs on the patch. I was playing in the curling championship, and Ivan was actually disabled. Not disabled for this tournament, but there have been some bugs in terms of empowered auto attacks. So hopefully we won't get any of them, but we will have to see. We do have one other thing, a very nice surprise for everyone. All the games this week will be casted, but we will first look at the other teams that will be playing this week. As you can see here, there is only one other game, as Frostbite Mystics have automatically won their game, as Outlaw Cowboys did forfeit against them. A nice 2-0, meaning that they are now 4-0 in the group, still undefeated. We can Quantify Force take them down in week 5. That will be interesting. We do have our one other match, which will be streamed. This is Frostbite Mayhem versus 50/50. Mayhem looking for their first win against 50/50, almost completing a perfect run, but was taken down by Mystics last week. And finally, we have the Quantify in-house, Force versus Nova. It has been rescheduled, so unfortunately that will not be here today, but we will be keeping you updated with the Frostbite Mayhem versus 50/50 score all the way through this game. And of course, if you want to watch that yourself, in between games, you can go over to twitch.tv/Frostbite Esports LOL, where that game will be shown. And over the coming weeks, I know we are planning on VL having more games casted fully, and hopefully having all our games, having that representation, which, Geocat, I think that could be really something special.
Okay, for sure. It's always nice when you get to have all your games on stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Just making sure that they've all got that representation. But we are 4 minutes sort of away. Oh, I have been I've been in the lobby and I've been taking up someone's space. So now in spectate now. But yeah, maybe just talk to us a little bit more. We saw Gracelight Ruby struggle in, was it week 1? No, they won in week 1, wasn't it? They won with that Scion top lane. We've seen Shadowhopper on the Scion and the Olaf. We've seen, some Lucian Nami as well from Incisa and Stronger. Obviously taken down by Quantify Force, which, one of the strongest teams, top 2 over there. Tell me how this team, anything about maybe the general meta that you've seen, or how this specific team, how do you want to play out this game?
Can I ask you to repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. No. It was just that this general sort of meta. I mean, it's not going to be a VL game, a VL stream without talking about Jinx as an ADC. We see it almost every week. But Gracelight, they have not been playing a lot of Jinx. We've seen the Kog'Maw and we've seen the Lucian Nami that was picked up. We have seen the Samira as well, and also the Twitch as well. We've not seen a lot of Jinx. Do you think that these carries, do you think that could work? Or, what do you want to see from Gracelight and these teams sort of in relation to the meta?
I definitely want to see some Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw seems really uber busted this match. This Rage Blade in general is just the reason. Like, even though I think it got nerfed in the last patch that just happened, but I still think it's really strong. And it makes Kog'Maw really good. Jinx and Aphelios is standard. I could see Jinx popping up again. Aphelios is also something I could see popping up against the standard competitive play. Champions, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Limelight, Avalon, both of these teams have had their buys. So, they are coming into playing this with only 2 games. But, Limelight, Avalon, in their win over Frostbite Mayhem, playing things like the Cassante and that Caitlyn that we saw. Obviously, we've seen Jinx as well because, it is what it is. But that Cassante by Gone to Get Milk, going so strong, able to play through both games and played, pretty decently. Did have a rough game in game 1, but was able to neutralize a bit more against Luki. Talk to me about, the Cassante or that Diana Yasuo that they ran, in that game 1, that really, powerful combo, what do you think about these champions, and how do you want to see that maybe come out in draft?
Diana Yasuo is a hell of a combo. Let's see. Well, I mean, if you can go for that again, that'd be fantastic. Like that's one of those like combos that you don't really see often in competitive play. I don't think I've ever seen a Diana like, and since I started watching like last year, I don't think I've ever seen like a Diana picked in pro play at all. Um,
Yeah, and maybe talk about, Diana Yasuo. We've also seen the Malphite thrown in there. How do you draft around that? If you can't ban all the knockup champions. So if you're a
no,
team and you're going into that sort of wombo combo, attack style, press ult combo, what have you found the comps that are maybe champion specifically go best into that?
something with mobility just to avoid the knockups. Like something like Tristana. Tristana's pretty good into that.
Hmm.
You know, I obviously think so. I'm not entirely sure. I
No,
haven't run
no,
into too many of these. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, no, you're the
yeah.
you're the color caster, and yeah, that Tristana with the rocket jump, you can delay on the
You can
CC.
delay it, drop it. I mean, I think maybe Vayne can get out of that as well with her roll, her Q. Um, who knows? There's a lot of like options with like dealing with like a knockup comp. Like
Hmm.
there's just like just high mobility champions could probably deal with it. Making your AD carry like some high mobility AD carry is probably something that can deal with some like champions that want to knock you up really quickly
Hmm.
and deal with you.
I mean, Zaya comes to mind as well. That a champion that's just able to, you can't get knocked up if you yourself are already knocked up with that Feathers Fly.
Yeah,
Is able to be, super useful. That Rakan, the Lovers duo bot lane, is able to be not only strong in lane, but also I feel like the disengage value and the protect style of that, I feel like sometimes get underrated. But yeah, absolutely. It is 7:01, guys. We are almost about to get into game. We are just experiencing a few little delays. But, talk to me, final thoughts. You know what? I put every caster in this position. Tell me, who do you think's going to win? Let's get some predictions.
I mean, I think. Let me see. I can't remember the name. Sorry. I think Gracelight is gonna win.
Gracelight are going to win. Okay. What sort of score
Yeah.
do you think?
2-0.
2-0. Why would you go for Gracelight? I mean, both these teams have only won one. Why would you say Gracelight?
I don't know. It looks like from like OP.GG and stuff like that. It looks like the Gracelight may have more experience in their champions.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously like the OP.GG only shows like the previous season, like the current season and stuff like that. But like it just looks like looks like from like what I'm looking at right now that 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 they don't really play the roles that are listed.
Yeah, so that experience coming through. I
Except
personally,
for one of them, except for the jungler. The jungler does. This is in the wrong order.
Okay, yeah, no worries, no
Yeah.
worries. So,
I've been making the wrong point there. My bad.
Limelight Avalon. I should full disclosure once again. I am the manager for Frostbite Mayhem, and they did have a very rough game against Limelight Avalon. Some times they weren't in the right headspace. They said afterwards. So I definitely don't want to underestimate Limelight, and obviously I don't
Yeah.
want to undersell my team either. So I think I'm gonna go actually against you. I'm expecting a
Yeah.
2-1 for Limelight. I'm expecting I think close. I think it's going to be the team that can hold their nerve, and I think Limelight. I really like.
I'm actually gonna change my prediction to 2-1 because like I gave them the wrong thing. So
There you
yeah,
go.
2-1 for the team I picked.
Yeah, I just really like, especially Ghazi and Ryana. I think these carries can be, really nice together. I really like their play style, and I think they can really carry games if the team puts that in their hands. And yeah, I cannot wait. So,
I
okay.
cannot wait either.
Yeah, so, right. It's almost. I need to set this up. Okay, right. We are ready in the lobby, and I am okay. I have been told to hit a button. So, can we do this? I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I really want this to work. What?
Let's go.
And here we are. We are into draft. Just let me know, how sort of things are. But it is. Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned that it is Limelight who are on blue side this time.
Yeah.
So it will be. They will get first pick, and we'll see how that goes out.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how that goes out.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me about, some of the champions you might be expecting here. We see, Gone to Get Milk really going down to that zeroth hour. I actually can't see who they've banned.
They didn't ban anyone.
I think they do not have their bans. We
I
have seen
see.
a lot of that. I mean, we've also seen forfeits out of Them, and we see the
Rek'Sai's
Rek'Sai.
banned first. That is fair.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, what was it? Uzumami has played a bit of Rek'Sai.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rek'Sai, very strong, aggressive jungler. Feel like you do want to just get that out the way. As apologies, folks, we are on the wrong side, so I will just see if I can flip that around. See if this works. No, I don't want to break the stream. But we're just going to have to get used to the fact that these teams are swapped over. But yeah, not much to talk about right now, Duocat.
Yeah, no, not really. Renata Glass is a pretty good ban as well. Renata does enable a lot of hyper carries by allowing them to not die.
I've heard that can be an advantage.
Oh, it's a very, very big advantage.
And especially, we talked about that Diana Yasuo in the beginning, and I feel like that's such a strong tool to sort of get them away, having that just clear, disengage factor, especially with something like Yasuo and Diana, auto-attacking is very much their strong suit, and being able to have them clash together, I think could be very powerful. And so taking that off the way, I think that could be pretty good.
Yeah, Varus ban is pretty standard. I think Varus is just super strong anyways. Emilio gets first picked, which is, fair. Emilio does have that ult cleanse, so being able to protect the AD carry and everyone else on the team from stuns and knockouts and stuff like that seems good.
How do you see sort of disengage comps as work in VL or just work generally in that sort of 5v5? Do you think that they are this thing that teams kind of overlook a lot, or do you think that the attack comp is just so easy to pull off and is so ingrained? What do you think?
I think it's a mix of both. I think it's a mix of both.
Okay.
Attack team fight comps are a lot easier to pull off, but also, disengage is really strong. I think if you can play it right. Oh, we got the Ivern.
Yeah, you mentioned it. The Ivern coming in, the 13.11 Ivern. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we don't get any bugs, but yes, super, wide-ranging buffs on that. Talk me through Blitzcrank Ivern. How do you think this is going to play out?
I think that's just a really interesting combo. Blitzcrank getting a hook in and then Ivern buffing the AD carry to do a lot of damage. That's just that's fantastic. That's a pretty good bot lane setup right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see Ivern. It can be flexed around a bit. We've seen Ivern Rengar. And we haven't really seen AD carries. You saw the Nocturne that's locked in for Uzumami. Going to be very nice at picking off that, maybe backline threat. But we haven't really seen the true identities of these comps yet. It's VL, it's Jinx. So, talk to me about Jinx.
Jinx is just Jinx. You've seen the pentakill in the LCS where you just it just gets excited after killing Baron on accident with the rocket. You've seen people just do some stupid BS with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And paired with the Jinx Milio as well, as we do see the Draven last minute, it will get locked in.
Blitzcrank is a really good combo, I think.
Absolutely. If this Jinx Milio can survive, I feel like Limelight are very happy. But, if this Draven and Blitzcrank gets ahead, that could be game over.
That's very much. This game could be decided on level 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Absolutely.
Just looking at the current picks, I think this game can be decided on level 2.
Yeah, these bot lane is very much going to have to look out for that spike. As we see Limelight, they are able to get their second phase bans. Darius banned away from CS Better, and we see as a response, that Cassante played it twice in that winning game against Frostbite Mayhem. Top lane is getting banned here.
Yeah, and Vector getting banned. Victor's was really good in general, so I'm not surprised to see the ban here.
Would you think that, it is, it's now going to be Gracelight Ruby picking up for the R4. What do you want to see? What does their comp need right now? Is there anything you think that is lacking? How would you round this out?
Ari is a good choice there, I think. I think you need
Mm-hmm.
another carry though. I'm not sure Ari is a great carry at the moment.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
Ari can do carry things, but like it's not really something you pick for the carry.
a facilitator, you would say.
Yeah, she's very much a facilitator.
Yeah, absolutely. But we might see a little bit of lack of damage. However, I mean, I will never say lack of damage when there's a Draven on the team. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
as
Off
it's
I getting picked here. This might just be like a protect the Jinx combo.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen it work so well. I mean, that Milio W able to increase the range. You know, we have to see how these comps round out, but a fairly simple idea for the side of Limelight.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, we'll see what they pick here, but like I'm thinking it might be some sort of facilitating mid laner that can help Jinx peel, or it could just be Tristana. That also works.
Yeah, Tristana. That will be going into the mid lane against the Draven. Wow, I mean, Whispering Ghoul, it's his first
Mid lane
game.
against the Ari. Sorry, I didn't mean to correct you there.
Oh, sorry. Yes, thank you. Going up against, going against Shadow Hopper, that's going to be a super interesting. Again, we talked about that level 2. But in the top lane, not as much interesting. It's tank on tank action.
Yeah, oh yeah. This your normal tank on tank, just like we're gonna fight and do nothing. For 20 minutes.
I mean, welcome to top lane. It's, but we've got folks. We will have 3 minutes to prepare after this. As we wait for the delay to come in, let's analyze. I really want to look at Gracelight Ruby here. We've got both an engage on that support, which is allowed. With the Ivan, you've allowed that engage support to go with Draven, so you can have this sort of protect backline comp and still have that engage support. Talk to me about Gracelight's comp. How are you feeling about the draft?
I don't think it's as good as Limelight's here.
Hmm.
But I think it still can work a lot, like really well. Um, Ivern and like Cyan and Blitzcrank with a good front line. Ivern and Ari can help facilitate, Draven getting ahead. Um, there's a lot going on here that just like can be that's just not typical, but it can be really good here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really interested, looking at Gracelight Ruby and why, maybe point out some of the flaws, because if we look at Limelight's side, they're basically playing full AD. So, talk to me about how you think Gracelight Ruby's deficits outweigh Limelight's.
Who's gonna kill Cyan? That is the question.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
Cyan can just go full armor and like I'm just noticing this now. Who's gonna kill Cyan on Gracelight Ruby? I mean
Who?
on Avalon.
Very true. I mean, also we have to point out Ari, as you talked about, not the greatest damage dealer, so this Malphite is also going to get a fair bit of value as well. But yeah, I mean, maybe have you switched your ideas on draft? How are you thinking?
Kind of. I think it's 50-50 now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think I go to either side. Like you got your like really good like tried and true like standard protect the Jinx comp. But like the issue with that this particular build of it is that it's all AD. We have like Milia doesn't do a lot of damage,
Mm-hmm.
so like the fact that there's a tank on the team alongside of Grace like Ruby, now we have Scion can just sit there and take damage all day and just not die.
Yeah, especially with this bot lane prio that Draven and Blitzcrank are going to get. I feel like those early objectives are going to be so easy for Gracelight Ruby to get, and just able to just sort of walk over and just have a very easy early game. Obviously, that Nocturne, very easy to punish, mispositioning mistakes and such. But if Gracelight
Yeah.
Ruby, they have that peel, please cut me off, Duocat. What do you think?
I think you are correct in that Nocturne can finish mistakes, but like I don't know. I think the Scion's gonna be. I think the Scion and Malphite are gonna be like really hard to kill. Um, like both those sides have like really good. You know, it. Yeah. I think. I think this is gonna be like an interesting matchup here. Um,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
team fight. The team. I should mention that team fighting in on the side of Limelight is actually really good here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like yeah, but like yeah, that's the main thing that Jinx has got going here.
Yeah, the old
Limelite's got going here.
Yeah, the ultimates. I mean, not only that paranoia, but also the unstoppable force from Malphite, Familio as well, is able to, it's going to be very easy for the comp to just know when to go in, know when the fight happens, and is just the press R comms I found are just one of the best ways if you're starting out in 5v5, if you're not in VL, right now, just a very easy comp to execute because ultimates, you know how much 1L ultimate can very much change the game, especially with Malphite, but with 5 of them synced up as well, it can be very dangerous. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We are just about to get into game. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. Who do you think's gonna win? Why? Who are you supporting? Remember, guys, if you also want to watch the Frostbite Mayhem versus 50/50, you can go to twitch.tv/Frostbite Esports LOL, where both games this week will be casted. All right, we are into the game, or I am on my side. I will just. What time are you on?
What time am I on? I am on 39 seconds or 40 seconds.
Okay, I'm at 13 seconds. What time?
Yeah, you might want to move the thing up.
Okay, right. Whoa, okay. Can we just start at 30 seconds?
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when you're there.
I'm on.
You there?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. And yeah, we see, just some general, as we will just take off the time control, make sure that there is no, general stuff going on. But we see, a nice Blitzcrank, in the Dragon Pit, maybe looking for a pick, but nothing of so far. An easy level 1, we saw those hooks, we maybe thought something was going to come out, but no, nothing happening so far. Minions will spawn.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, So talk to me about, who do you think is going to get first blood? Because we've seen, Tristana, very much that level 2 with the rocket jump, is able to get so much damage down. But we also talked about this Draven Blitzcrank, Do you think this is going to be an execution, which lane is able to dominate? Or do you think this game isn't actually that volatile, maybe runs a bit longer?
This game could probably run a bit long. It really depends on how far ahead the Draven gets, if he does get ahead. Because yeah, Draven's gonna be as this game goes along. I think the Limelight is actually favored here if the game does go on.
Yeah, absolutely. And 1 second, I will just zoom out a little bit. Whoa, there we go. As you see, Jinx does leash. Ivan obviously not getting a leash. We see actually just in the bottom there, Blitzcrank looking to maybe get a hook, but just not able to get one. That's gonna be powerful for Draven, who is able to get that lane fire.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that they have the pushing wave is pretty good.
Yeah, able to get that level 2, like you said. I mean, we look at the mid lane. It is, it's very action even Stevens right now. It is Tristana who's able to get that level 2. But, we see, Stronger looking for a hook. But, talk to me about, this TP now that is able to be used at 10 minutes. Are we going to see, a very clean game? Of just simple 2-0 dragons on the side of Gracelight? Or do you think we're going to see, action? What's your prediction in that regard?
I think you're going to see some action.
Where
I think that's going to be.
As we do see the hook land onto the side of the Draven, it is Draven who is trying to get down. It gets one trick beat down to half health, but nothing else so far. Good trade on the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was gonna say. There was action's probably gonna happen. Right as that happened,
Yeah,
you gotta hook.
Very true. We see Ozumami able to take that blue buff away, but some good pressure on the top side. As down on this bot side, one of those.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see see a fight here in the table.
Absolutely, Ozumami, he's getting pressured so much now from it. The root does come down, but it's forcing the flash away. No smite away, and there is a smite here for the side of the Ivan, who will be able to take the Gromp away. Good little bit of early pressure there from the jungler. Oh god, Power Fruit actually even goes in. Mummy is taken down to about 20% health. The Q, the Decimating Smash will take it down. First blood to the side of the Ivan, who is very low now. He's looking to get away. The shield will buy some time, but gone to get milked now. Out of trouble. It is a kill. It's a 2-kill. Whispering Ghoul now looking a bit more out of position. The Q will land as well, and it is Whispering Ghoul almost taken down. Gracelight dominating this early game. Whispering Ghoul is one more auto away. Will he be able to get it? He does, and it is a 3-0 onto the side of Gracelight. Domination in the early game.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, great there by the side, just using that, Ivan, who's able to just clear, so quickly. He's almost, he's already 600 gold up. He's able to clear very quickly, able to, be a lot flexible with his jungle clears. That's going to be very important, Joe-Cat, going into this mid game.
Okay, yeah, the fact that Iron's pretty ahead makes it so, like, the Nocturne's gonna be like, Nocturne getting behind is like very bad. Nocturne, when Nocturne's behind, it's harder for him to pick off like things, champions. So, like
yeah.
that makes it, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I mean, we already see like a 2k gold lead at 4 minutes. Very strong from the side of Gracelight here, looking to get, their second game, looking to make sure that they qualify onto the side of that playoffs. Yeah, it was a great fight. We're not going to be able to get a replay, I'm afraid, but Ivan going back to his bot side clear. And how do you think this affects the game? Straight up.
I think that makes the game like pretty favored for Gracelight Ruby. That early 2K leads are really hard to come back from. Granted, there are actually objective bounties to like get back into the game, so they don't come this early.
Yeah, absolutely, and with these objectives spawn, apologies folks, will put the timers down there on the right hand side, bottom right of your screen, so you'll be able to track this. Dragon's up, and we see in the mid lane, Tristana already very wary of that. Do you think Ivan obviously not the highest DPS of champions, but it is going to be interesting to see how quickly Gracelight are able to take this first objective.
Yeah, I mean, even then, like, I find it weird that Ivan doesn't actually do this thing with epic monsters, but yeah, yeah, we might see a dragon here pretty soon.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, these resets you saw in Caesar, they're wanting to maybe spend this gold onto the side, nicely farming up on their side, spending that gold and then using that to maybe take some objectives. Also, let's just talk about these items. We see Ari with now the Lost Chapter already. Is there any sort of big item differentials you want to highlight?
I mean, yeah, not really. I mean, it looks like Iris is going for some pure damage, which is fair considering the team comp right now. And it's probably correct in this particular team comp.
Yeah, absolutely, and Nocturne is able to get one camp away for a very brutal, rough start to the early game. He's able to get a little bit of a CS lead, but CS is one thing, but I think kills and map pressure another. We do see a little bit more trading going up over this top side. Ivan able to take this, and yeah, both junglers on the opposite map of this objective, probably meaning a little bit delayed of this first dragon. Oh, for that, a nice flash from Ryanair Pilot, making sure to get out of the way. Actually, in fact, Scissor maybe talked out a little bit. Caught out, but not, as he is able to flash away, using the exhaust as well in that exchange. Not completely one-sided here, Duocat, for the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, Ryanair is doing really well to keep the pressure off from the Draven. Almost getting a kill there. That was pretty close.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we saw Stronger, back off, thinking that the trade was done, we saw that 2-on-1. Milio, with that Flame passive, is able to actually get a bit more damage than you'd expect from, these very late-game champions. Yeah, definitely you can't sleep on this. And, yeah, do you think Jinx, Milio, maybe does Ozen Mummy play around the spot lane? How do you think this might... Yeah.
I think if you are on Limelight here, you'd probably do play around your bot lane, considering how well that early game went. So I think especially the Nocturne here is looking like they're gonna path bot. So we are gonna see a dragon come up really quickly.
Yeah, you see on the bot side, it is actually they are actually taking it, and also Gracelight not only taking this as well, but also Cyan was able to steal away that red buff as you saw. But you see that Limelight, they're not able to wanting to give this away. The charm is nice onto the side of Milio, who's taken down to 0.5% health. Ozen really wants this. It's a 3v4 so far. They are looking to maybe try and get this. It is now a 4v3 onto the side of Limelight. Whispering Ghoul jumping in with the rocket jump, trying to get the damage down. But Paranoia comes out and is actually a kill onto the side of Limelight. It's going good so far. A nice turnaround. It is a double kill. It's a triple kill. Not a triple kill, I'm afraid. Sorry, it is the Tristana who was able to pick up that kill. A nice 3-0, turning it back around. And it's Limelight who get the first objective.
With that, I think Limelight's kind of in the game now.
Yeah, lovely. Just play. I mean, talk to us about that. You know, Gracelight trying to, you know, thinking that this game was a walkout, as we were talking about, but then understanding the numbers advantage, Limelight were able to collapse on that, and just a great usage of team fights.
Yeah, yeah. Like you saw that ult was clean as well from Nocturne. Like being able to like get the ult kill. I think it was Draven or Blitzcrank. I think it was Blitzcrank, and then ult the Draven. I mean, fear the Draven, and then Jinx just trying to get the kill at the end. Like that's just some clean gameplay there.
That's just some clean gameplay indeed. And, you know, if we look at that, you know, we see the gold lead, you know, completely swing. Well, sorry, not completely swing. I got my sides mixed up there. It's still an 800 gold lead to the side of Gracelight Avalon. But if we look at that in terms of, you know, items, we get a much more stabilized view in terms of the gameplay, you know, straight back in it on this side of Limelight Avalon. And Duocat, we've got ourselves a game.
Oh, yeah, we've definitely got ourselves a game. If we, like I said, this is like if this goes long, I think Limelight has the advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with that gold lead. You know, if we look at it, 2k gold. The 2 of that gold lead on the side of Gracelight. That is actually on the top laner in Scion, which we know it's an all AD team for the side of Limelight, so that is going to be helpful. But that isn't going to translate into the damage that we see that might come out from the Nocturne, from the Tristana and Jinx. So, I don't know, are you happy with this arrangement of gold or not, Duocat?
I mean, if I was Limelight, for sure, I would be very happy with this arrangement because Scion's not going to do much like damage-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. He will be tanky, but he will not do the damage that, you know, a Tristana or Jinx or Ahri is going to be doing, as we do see a little bit of a collapse here. Sharp going through a lovely little roam down from Shower Hopper. The ult comes out. Spirit Rush is trying to burst it down. Milio very good with the shields there. Ryanair Pilot trying to be taken down. Shadow Hopper's got to watch out. A lovely little hook there from the Blitzcrank, who's able to take down Milio. Is one down already. A lovely dive from Gracelight Avalon showing that experience, and it is a nice 2k dive for the side of Gracelight. Oh, but we see more. It is now the Paranoia who's able to take down one. Ahri already dead. But how's Ozen Mummy going to get out of this one? Already taken down to 50%. A lovely hook. A prediction onto the side of Ozen, who is trying to get out. But then Draven with that spinning axe is able to take down one. Not much more happening there. A back and forth trade, but it goes to the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, the Nocturne was trying to get, like, this is something I did a lot, like when I was playing, is I would try to come back and get people to do things, but, like, that didn't work out very well because the Blitzcrank knew how to hook, like, correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We see that, as you were talking about, you know, earlier, that experience coming through for Gracelight, you know, knowing that dive, juggling that tower aggro so well, using the Ivan, using Daisy to be able to tank a bit as well, making sure to get that CC as well was so good. We also see CS is better, you know, focusing on this top side, able to just walk into tower range, getting so much gold, now currently 2k ahead of their opponent, a clean 2k with a 30 to 40 CS deficit. This Scion is going to be a problem, Duocat.
Oh yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like, who's going to kill the Scion? Because he could just build armor. Like, it's hard for the Jinx to kill, it's hard for the Nocturne to kill, it's hard for the Tristana to kill. Malphite's not going to kill it, not going to kill Scion. You know, like, they're all AD except for Milio.
Yeah, we're definitely probably going to see those LDRs, you know, coming through, that Lord Dominic's Regard able to maybe allow Tristana and Jinx to be able to do a bit more, but look at Mummy here. He's got the paranoia and he's hovering around this bot side. He knows that this is going to be the lane that turns this. It is the way that Limelight able to get some good, maybe able to take down this Scion, just get good engages and team fights, keep them in this game. But you see the Ahri knows this as well. Ahri walking in, and Mummy doesn't in fact see him. It is Mummy trying to get in, but the Spirit Rush is used. Shadowhopper is able to get away on such a low cooldown. That Spirit Rush is able to make use of it so effectively. Still 0-0 on that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was a good try. I actually thought maybe Mummy caught a little bit sleeping there. We will need to maybe look back at the vision, but you know, it was great. It was you know,
they only had their only person out of vision was Limelite. So
yeah, so maybe not taking advantage of this to the best. Blitzcrank definitely trying to look to take advantage of his grapple, but nothing of it so far. Actually, we see the Shirelli is being popped already. Flash earned from the Blitzcrank is able to take down one already. It is Jinx who is able to be taken down. One Trick Beat running for his life, able to get away with both the shields and the heals that team provide, but with a nice pick, a nice secure on this 4-man coming through already. We see the TP from the Ahri making sure that this Tristana is not able to get anything more. But on the top side here, we are seeing the tanks take a bit of a beating, but overall, it is on the bot side where we see the Dragon being taken, duo cap for the side of Gracelight.
oh wait, oh yeah, that was our shield.
Yeah, he's out. He's Scion. No one's gonna kill him.
Yeah. Oh no! I didn't realize. I thought sorry, the doctor stole the dragon.
See a bit more of a fight here. Stronger trying to look for that grapple once again, trying to get a bit more poke damage. The grapple does go wide, and maybe they can earn this, but with one dead already, Paranoia coming out, and the fear does land, but with the shields that are coming out from Ivan, and he's not be able to do a double kill from this Draven, who is just getting stronger by the minute.
Yeah, the Draven 4 now Draven is really scary for Gracelight Ruby.
Yeah, already a 4k gold lead. We see now 2.5k on that Draven, who about 5 minutes ago didn't have that at all, but Tristana wants to take this back. Big damage onto the side of Blitzcrank. Draven tried to turn this around, but he hasn't got the items yet, and Tristana is able to try and pull back and save the game. A shutdown for the Tristana as Whispering Ghoul is trying to save this game.
Yeah, Whispering Ghoul with Storm Rays and everything, like that's just really good. Especially with that moment, the energized attacks seem to have done a lot of damage, and lying Tristana to kill.
Yeah, absolutely, but the action does not stop. Charm is beautiful, and it lands onto Ryanair Pilot, who is able to get excited from this tower, but the passive is not enough. Ryanair Pilot will be taken down by an Ahri 2 levels or higher. Not much Jinx can do, but is able to get the tower in response.
Yeah. The tower there was they got the tower there before like the actual kill though.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a nice try, especially using that Get Excited to get the move speed was just not enough. Lost too much health. So already we see, actually, if we look at the vision, we see, you know, a little bit of defensive vision, especially around that spot side jungle. But, you know, it is going to be very important. We will be tracking this vision throughout this because, you know, with such a deadly pick comp like this, Duo Cat, you cannot slip up.
No, you really can't. If you do slip up, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Blitzcrank looking for that hook, maybe trying. It does go wide. Also, a Nocturne would not be good. But look at this. It is now they are trying to start the second Rift Herald. Sorry, I thought this was the Baron. But no, we see now both teams maybe looking up, trying to maybe take this both for themselves. It's a 4v4 right now with Ryan on the flank. You know, it's a dangerous one for Ryanair, who just wants to get in the damage as well. Stronger maybe walked up a bit too far there. Already taken down to 0.5% health. CS better looking for the Decimating Smash over the wall, but will not land. And now we see the fight now break up. Gone to get Milk. It is very far in, but the Paranoia is so good. The knockup as well from Malphite is able to take 1 down already. 2 down already. Is Ahri on the backside, but is not able to get enough done. It is 3 versus 2 for the side of Limelight. 3 versus 1 as this Scion, very tanky. Can 3 members take it down? One Trick Beat is trying to shield them all up, but Scion does not die. These 3 squishy members just cannot take him down. And oh my god, but Ryanair is almost about to die here. The Jinx is taken down already. CS Better is just able to get so much damage down. The upset is nice. It is 5% on each of them. Can he take him down? CS Better now takes down 2, as both with very drained health bars. Red Light fishing on all of them. The axes go far wide, as it is a 4v4 in terms of kills for both teams.
Yeah, that was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, both teams giving it everything. We saw Limelight get such an actual good promise with that Malphite, teamed up with that Paranoia, that wombo combo of ultimates as we were talking about, but this Scion just does not die. The items that this Scion has with the Sunfire Cape and also, you know, as well, this Heartsteel is just going to be so difficult to get through. Limelight Avalon going to have to take a different approach if they want to win these fights convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, another interesting thing enough is they also have played Steel Caps, which also does, like, you know, does also helps against auto attackers. So like they're not the only. It's not just the Heartsteel and the Sunfire. That's helping them live.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we talked about that gold difference on the side of Scion that we were talking about before, and you really saw that in that last fight coming to fruition. All these carries who did their job in the fight up till now, just not able to finish the job because of this armor that has been stacking. It's going to be very difficult, and I'm expecting in those team comms, get that armor penetration now, or we are going to lose this game, Joker.
I agree. You have to get the armor penetration like really quickly. If you don't, like, Scion is just going to run over the game.
The preemptive Spirit Rush there, you know, maybe fearing an engage here, Gracelight Ruby. You know, the RA was quite far forward, maybe thinking that the Decimating Smash was going to come through. But a nice ultimate brought out from the side of Ari, who's not going to be able to use that with this fight coming up over this dragon. See now the dragon on 3k health. You see the Blitzcrank, he wants the hook, and with the ultimate coming from Scion, it is a 5v5 right now. This Scion so tanky has already taken out the Malphite, and it is the Jinx and the Milio already taken out. It is the Jinx running for their life, Milio running for their life. This Scion hasn't taken any damage, and it's been so good. A lovely root call there from the Ivan is able to take one trick beat out already. It is a nice kill onto the side of Draven, who this Jinx running for their life with the Ghost, but CS Better so hard to kill. The flash from Ari trying to get more out of it, but that fight overall, it is a 3-kill onto the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it was just a lovely fight, wasn't it?
That was brutal.
Yeah, absolutely, and you see the fruits of their labor, a nice Baron that's going to help this team with maybe a little bit of a range advantage. Ozone Mummy not wanting to take this out though, wanting very much to see if they can get the vision in, but that Ivan Brushmaker is able to do so much work, denying the vision, which look, they can't even see, they can't even walk in. The unstoppable fourth lands onto 3. Ozone Mummy trying to get in, but Incissor and the Blitzcrank is able to make sure that they take the right target out. Ivan is able to secure the Baron. No one going down from Gracelight is a 2-kill and the Baron. Gracelight looking to run over this game, Joker.
Yeah, even the funnier thing is Raven just bought lower Dominic's regards. So now Malphite's even more behind, like even more kind of like useless here.
Yeah, not even a single completed legendary or mythic item from this Malphite is certainly gonna hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it looks like they split like the 3 different items as well. Because like you got the Bramble Vest, you got the Bammy Cinder, and you got the Sheen, which like all build into 3 completely different items.
Yeah, you know, trying to build for 3 items but actually completing them. I'm sure there is a build behind this, but it's not one I'm available. The flash in from the Blitzcrank is able to get a lovely pick starting off the fight. Ozone Mummy trying to take it to even, and he is able to. Actually looking quite good here for the side of Limelight, as it is Stronger who is able to try and get out, but Ivan does go down as well. This Tristana is able to get quite a bit of damage, but here comes Shadow Hopper, is able to get so much damage down, able to clean up the fight. CS Better still just taking so much, able to dive under the tower, hit it, nothing. Just with no care in the world. A lovely try from the side of Limelight Avalon, but it is a ace for the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, that's just this is game.
Yeah, it was a
Like,
lovely.
it might take a couple of minutes for them to like actually finish the game, but I think this is game.
Yeah, very difficult for Limelight to maybe come back. We do see, we are seeing the LDR, starting to be completed for the Tristana, but, we've all been in positions, with 10k down. It's very tough to see a way out. What do you want to hear in the comms if you were on the side of Limelight Avalon? How do you want to try and help them turn the game back?
I want to hear some like plans on how to deal with everything. Like how to get to the next objective, how to set up for a lot of things going on, because team fighting is just not working.
Yeah, so maybe going towards maybe that pick comp, especially with that Malphite Nocturne. We saw that work very early on as we saw that 4 versus 4 on the Turbs of Death, coming through. Is this a draft problem for the side of Limelight Avalon? How do you want to see them maybe change it up?
I don't think it was a draft problem. I think it was just I think it was actually no, it was a draft problem because they drafted all AD into a Scion. Scion got last pick. Yeah, no, yeah, this is definitely a draft problem.
Yeah, maybe going back to the drawing board with that one. We did see the Tristana though. I mean, it went 6-3 and 4, was able to get some nice pressure on that mid lane. Do you maybe think we give up the Tristana even though it was one of the strongest points? Or do you think, sacrifice yourself maybe for the team? What are your thoughts maybe regarding this draft?
I think you should have went with a. I think if you're gonna go for like this kind of comp, I think you should like take a mid laner that actually does
Whispering
AP damage.
Ghoul. We thought about Sion's damage. We didn't think about it, but oh my god, Whispering Ghoul was running for his life. He's able to get so much damage. This Sion, pushing so much down, able to get so much, pressure. Tristana having to back, and it's 15 seconds before Dragon is up. This Scion, might be able to play a split push, especially with that TP that's now coming in.
Yeah, as I was trying to say before, I think if you're gonna pick this kind of comp, you gotta pick some magic damage.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lovely try. It was a lovely attempt from Limelight where we did see that early, around that dragon that was able to get, a lot of damage. But, Ivan now setting up his brushes, making sure to pull that dragon out to make sure that we get the vision obscured. Although not as much so far. Wait, hang on. There it. Oh, I broke it. Have I broke it?
Jungle crashed.
Oh,
No,
it crashed.
it's frozen on my editor.
Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, yeah. Are you at
good.
55? 56?
I'm at 255, yeah.
Yeah, nice. So we see the dragon now going down to about 3k health. You see Limelite wanting it, Paranoia coming out, but it's the Jinx that is able to steal it, and that is sole point for the side of Limelight. Limelight, a glimmer of hope in this game duo.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we don't, if they can get the dragons, that's gonna be really useful for dealing with things going on. I'm not sure the Ocean Soul is that great here though. For getting Limelight back in the game, but like that could help. Setting up Elder would be fantastic for a Limelight to deal with Scion.
Okay, that's very interesting. Making sure to get that, percent health damage, that burn damage, maybe to deal with the Scion. But, also I think Ocean Drake, it's a very, every team, every champion can get use of it. If that Tristana and Jinx maybe not getting bursted down too much by the Ahri, could maybe be, have a potential usage of that.
Yeah, I mean, it has a use. I just don't think it's that's gonna really help against the Scion.
Yeah, fair enough. Look, I'm trying to look on the bright side here.
Yeah, on the right side, it definitely does. Let's make sure they don't die as quickly. If they do get the final Drake.
Yeah, and we do see this reset being called in for the side of Gracelight, looking for that final push. Baron now has one off. You see actually 10 seconds on it. Ozen Mummy is there first, able to get some vision. What do you want to see now? I mean, if you want to talk about items, this is going to be probably the final fight. Maybe Limelight who are able to put up an existence. What do you want to see? What are you predicting? Give me your thoughts.
I mean, I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see like some really good team fighting. Probably Gracelight Ruby's gonna win the fight. We'll see here though. Like it really depends on
Oh,
if
as you see, the Shirelia's popped out. Milio, the Jinx is already dead, and the Milio cannot save them. A lovely pickup, making this so nice. The Malphite trying to go in, but damage coming through on that Malphite. Did not expect that. We talked about these items being a problem, and they certainly have been able to be blown up. A nice 2k onto the side of Gracelight, who take a much easier Baron than before.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say something there about oh, if they can get a pick here, and then they get picked.
Just a little late to the gun as Ozan Mummy getting maybe another pick. There you go, Duocat. Your prediction was correct. You were able to get at least, you know, were able to get slightly ahead of it. Ari wanting to TP into the mid lane, making sure that they aren't able to get anything, but, you know, there is this Tristana and Milio running for their life. Will Blitzcrank be able to find it? Yes, he does. The hook comes out, but it does miss. They are trying to be chased down, but you see the reverse of this, that on the top side, it is Gracelight who are looking to maybe try and end this. Is Ari being taken maybe a bit too far forward? The Whirling Axe will be taken down, but the damage onto Ari makes this a little more doable here for the side of Limelight. Able to trying to get these backs in, as we see on the top side now, is, you know, they are getting so much down. You know, maybe looking to try and get these Baron minions in. It'll be very interesting. Duocat, tell me what's happened. The Paranoid comes out, trying to take down, actually on this Scion. Tyon being taken down to 30% health already. Is this Scion actually killable? We've not seen it before. So much damage, but oh my god, it is Limelight who is being able to take it down so much. It was a lovely try from Limelight, and it is the Milio on the other side of the map. That's not where you want to be as a support. Being taken down here, and it is Gracelight looking to take a very confident victory in this game one.
Yeah, no, well, it's not quite game yet because they had a reset. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, maybe we'll see. Oh, the Scion TPing into the mid lane. So yeah, it's absolutely not game yet. With that Ivan dying, you know, very costly as Draven, yeah, gets a red buff. Not game yet, Duocat, but maybe on the card soon.
Oh yeah, like I said earlier, it's probably over. It's gonna take a few minutes to finish the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, maybe at this point, you know, you reset as a team of Limelight. You know, maybe say, hey, that draft, you know, maybe wasn't the best. We see the Scion getting out there, making sure he is ultimately safe. Wow, that is a big Scion duo.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no Scion. GG easy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you think it is just the Tristana that needs to be changed up here? You know, is there...
I think it's just the Tristana that needs to be changed here.
Oh, but
you need some sort of
Stronger going in. That was a lovely pick, just able to walk right through, making sure the tank gets out of the way. A double kill for this side of this Scion, who is just flexing. It is 12-0 and 7. Beautiful from the side of this Scion, making this end so much easier. Yeah, talk to it, you know, a dominating victory, probably, for the side of Gracelight. Sorry, I had to cut you off. You were talking about the things.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say, you just need like some sort of like carry, something like a Victor or like a Zir, something that can be like, something that can do not damage, but like, does a lot of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The Azir, the Ari was able to get a lovely charm. It is just absolute havoc from the side of Gracelight, running into the base. The Nexus explodes, and it's 1-0 for the side of Gracelight.
Yep, that was fun.
Absolutely. So yeah, talk me through, you know, we've got a little bit of a break here. You know, talk me through, you know, how do you reset here in the minds of Limelight? You know, talk me through where that game went wrong.
The game absolutely went wrong at the beginning. Got the 3 kills that Scion got at the beginning. Well, that wasn't just Scion, it was Ivern as well. Ivern, Scion getting kills at the beginning kind of just like snowballed the game into the direction of Gracelight Ruby to win.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but I don't think Gracelight Ruby ever lost her gold lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you're actually right there. You know, it was very... You know, we saw that comeback come from Limelight very early into the game, as we are just setting up for the next thing. What's it called? Lobby. There we go. But yeah, even with that, you know, they weren't able to swing that gold lead, as you said. Could be a little worrying if you're Limelight Avalon there, Duocat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I would just reset and not worry about it and just like try again. Like that's just kind of how you have to work when it comes to games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So don't worry, folks. We are just going to. I think it might be best if you would like, we can take a little bit of a break, maybe rest our voices for a second as this lobby gets set up. Would that be
Yep.
okay? Or
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, absolutely. So we will go for a little bit of a break, folks, but do not worry because when we are back, it's game 2 for the side of Gracelight Avalon versus Limelight Avalon. Yeah, as a, it was a short one, folks, but yeah, just want to take a sip of water, make sure that we're all doing good for this game too, and make sure we are all ready as we see Limelight Avalon wanting to make it even here against Gracelight Ruby. Just as a little reminder, folks, remember that if we put this up here, there is another game going on this week. It is Frostbite Mayhem, who are looking to take down the 50-50, almost going perfect score, but were taken down by their sister team in Frostbite Mystics. That will all be streamed live at twitch.tv/Frostbite Esports LOL. Check it out if that game goes on for longer. But, Joe Cat, as we're here, we're just about to get into the second game. Tell us about, maybe how the draft is adapted. Anything maybe beyond the fact that Limelight Avalon drafted full AD? Anything else you want to talk about the comp?
I mean, I think the comp was like had a decent like setup. Anyways, like even if it was full 80, like it had the right idea. It just like there's like the fact that you had like I think the Scion pick, like the last pick Scion was like the best thing that Gracelight Ruby could have done there. So like it wasn't really the fault of Limelight Avalon for them to like lose that kind of game, the draft. Because they had the right idea. It's just like the Scion was last picked. So
Yeah, absolutely. As we do just have a little bit of an update, folks. A little bit of a upset, as it is currently Frostbite Mayhem, as you can hear from the smile in my voice. Frostbite Mayhem, who are able to take the first game over 50-50. A big upset. If we look at the standings, Frostbite Mayhem yet to take a game. But 50-50, who have already taken 2 and looking for their third, that's going to be big for the standings duo.
yeah, for sure. I don't even remember what the standings were. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no worries. 50-50, 2 wins, 1 loss, and Frostbite still looking for their first win, having lost the first 2. 3.
Okay, yeah, that's good for them. Good for them. That's gonna be cool if they win. I always root for the underdogs when it comes to things like this. So
We love you, Frostbite. We do. Sorry, what? Did anyone hear an echo? I don't know, folks. I feel like I think I got a bit lightheaded. Anyway, definitely, if you heard a voice during that stream, I think you should absolutely listen to it and go and support Frostbite. Or whatever it said. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, just thinking about that draft, moreover, I'm really trying to think of another point to say other than the fact that they drafted full AD, because I mean, I love Jinx Milio. I think it can be great if it gets rolling. I think the Nocturne with the Malphite paired up really well duo. I mean, is there anything else? Maybe, maybe on Gracelight's side that you want to talk about?
I mean, I think Gracelight's I think Gracelight just had a really good setup there. Like I was not excited about them picking Ari as like their mid laner because of the fact that there's no damage, but I think it worked out pretty well there because the Ari built damage. Um, like the Ari doesn't do no damage, it doesn't do a lot. But like it worked there. I think it worked there a lot more than I thought it would. Maybe they buffed the Ari damage thing. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are already just in the lobby. We'll just see. We'll just type to them that we are all ready to go. But yeah, it is going to be super interesting. We've already seen, already we have a little bit of an upset that has come through for Mayhem. Do you think we might see the same? Maybe let's talk about some of the positives that Limelight can take from that game.
Yeah. I mean, the positives is like you did well in there, so like now you can just fix it and see if you can win there. Um, so like I think that the lesson to learn there is just try and I think that combo is gonna work. Just need to fix like a little bit of it.
Yeah, absolutely. As we remember, it is Limelight who do not have their bans as they had to sub in Whispering Ghoul for their match, so they will not be getting these first 3 bans as well, as we saw in the first game. I really hope draft goes well, although we did see... Oh, no! Draven gets banned. Joe Cat, tell me how I'm an idiot.
Tell you what.
Tell me how I'm an idiot.
You're not. I also assumed that they were not going to be the first 3 bans.
Well, the good thing we can take from this stream is that the technical difficulties do seem to have ironed out. Draven banned on the blue side, Renata banned. Draven, probably maybe a sensible ban, especially with that dominant bot lane performance we saw.
Yeah, Draven ban is very justified here. Renata ban is also pretty justified here. The Ivern ban is also pretty justified here.
I see this from teams. I see this a bit more in Clash, where you just ban out what they played last. I'm not saying this might be a drafting issue on the side of Limelight, but especially as we saw the All AD, maybe something Limelight to work on, maybe a bit more prep time. I don't know. What do you think?
I think the idea of banning all the what's it called? The idea of banning all the picks that you picked there, like I mean the Darius is the pick they picked last game because it was banned, but I think banning the good picks that you just this wrecked you last game is actually a good thing, because if you just ban those picks, like it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier for you to adapt your strategy.
Yeah.
Because then the things that wrecked you last game are gone.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have first pick here for the side of blue side. We see the same bans coming in for Gracelight Ruby. I mean, what works last time will probably work this time as well. That is what they are thinking. But, remember, folks, it can all go as we do see a adaptation here from the side of Limelight. Maokai picked up.
Yeah, Maokai makes me think they're gonna go for a completely different comp here, than what they did last time.
Yeah, I mean, Maokai also has a bit of AP that can go for that Demonic Embrace, so we're already doing better.
Okay. And the best thing about Maokai is he can be flexed in several places. Draven 4 being picked here. Looks like Ruby is also going to do a different comp as well. Is Draven being picked as a jungler?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so aggressive. We've seen that. I mean, if you've seen Jarvan recently in solo queue, can be so oppressive. It's just stomping through with a very high win rate, so very easy to play around champ. I used to abuse this in Clash with a Kiana mid. It was disgusting. I feel
that seems very disgusting.
It should be illegal, as we actually see the Millia now picked up for Gracelight Ruby, maybe to wanting to draft a bit of disengage duo.
Yeah, the engage and the disengage is a pretty decent strategy here. gauge. Maybe a pick comp could also be what we're going for here. Picking and then disengaging something.
But, you know, Milio, I mean, picking the support up first, it very much can look to get countered. As we see the Lucian Nami. Oh my god, how many times have I not or seen this? I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen the, what's he called, Cage Roll? Where he, like, loses his mind at Worlds? Where he just goes,
Yeah.
yeah. What are these voices? Lucian, Nami, Zeri, Lulu. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I lost it when I saw that, I swear to god. But, you know, Lucian Nami, a very strong duo that is very flexible into this mid game. A different thing coming out here, duo.
Yeah, I mean, Samira's good, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of Samira recently. Um, but, I mean, I think she was kind of affected by the item changes pretty hard. Like, he can't really build a Moral Shield bow now, because the Moral Shield bow is kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is interesting. Like, I think this is a decent like comp here so far.
Yeah, I'm loving this from the side of Limelight. Very easy, very pick comp. You can see.
I think that's Ruby. I think that's Ruby.
Yeah, I think this is very good. I mean, Sabira Milio is not exactly a comp you usually see. Duo? Duo.
Yeah.
Duo. But yeah, those tanks. Oh, thank God we're not having a tank fest again. A much more exciting draft and a much more exciting game we got lined up, Duo, for game 2.
For sure. Yeah, I'm glad to see the tank dating banned here.
But yeah, you know, Milio, Samira, you know, this is a very interesting comp. You know, we've talked about that disengage, but also that engage that we see. You know, is there maybe a mismatch here? Or do you actually think maybe there can be some harmonization here in this R4, R5 pick?
I think this could. I think if you pick you just pick normally. I think you got like a decent comp here. I mean, like you gotta pick a tank top, I think, though, for this to work, for the for Gracelight Ruby's op to work.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing some basic draft work for Mayhem. Again, I'm Silver 4, guys, nothing special over here. But looking
It's okay,
at
I'm iron.
looking at this idea of a dance comp, where the idea is you've got champions with very high mobility, low cooldown, Samira Armory, I mean, you know, also Yone, Silas, maybe able to just sort of get around those quite rigid and quite staggered sort of attack comps that kind of press ultimate and playing around that. Vigar picked up from the side of Whispering Ghoul, meaning we are definitely getting some AP duo.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think this is I think this is gonna be fun. I think the dance around comp is probably what they're going for here. I think what you're correct about that. Shen here is picked as well. I think that that's pretty AP though, right? Is Shen AP or AD? I don't actually remember.
Well, Shen's a tank, but can very much be AD with the Q and with Shen's general physical damage, but also, you know, Shen,
yeah. So yeah, this sounds about like normal comp then. This is like what the Limelite has right now is like a front to back. Like Lucianami does the damage in the back, in Fagner as well, and then we got like Shannon, Malachi doing front line work, and then Dr. Mundo getting picked for this is like some classically top lane action.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, loving this from the side of Limelight, and also we see, you know, the Shen when it has that level 6, has that I forget the name of the ultimate, but
I forgot the name of the ultimate too, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but we all know what level 6 Shen does. Is able to, I think, maybe contest for those early dragons a lot more. I mean, we saw Limelight already get 3 dragons, and they got stomped in the last game. So I think that dragon stacking that can come from Limelight, I know they've beaten my team before, but oh my, like, so, you know, a little bit of hostility, but I'm really rooting them from here, and they've definitely got the comp here to do it, duo.
I think so too. I think like I think the icon from Gracelight Ruby is kind of like, it's not bad. It's just kind of weird. So it's a little hard to like gauge. It's not something you see very often. So I'm interested to see how that runs.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a little bit of news over, as we, wait for draft to go through. We do have a little bit of news from the side of Frostbite Mayhem versus 50-50. We saw that in that game, it was Zeko Gecko, the new mid for the side of Frostbite after that loss against Limelight Avalon, drafted in, went 12-1-9, and carried Limelight and carried Frostbite Mystics along with the side of Cupcake, able to get a lovely scoreline against a matchup they are not able to get. So if you want to watch either game, that is being able to streamed both from the side of VL here. It's a real pleasure to have this both games casted. Yeah, it's going to be an absolute treat as Frostbite Mayhem looking to pick up their first win. But we are back here, we are back in the present, and that is with this draft. So we've talked about the graces of Limelight Avalon and this draft. Talk about the idea for Gracelight Ruby here. How do they want to win this game?
I think they want to win by dancing around. I think you were correct on earlier about the dance comp. I think this is pretty much a dance comp. Like everyone here is like really fast, and have very high mobility. Even the Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo can just ult and like run really quickly. Like Jarvan can do his like EQ thing and go really quickly. Ra just like whole kit is movement. Samira is really quick to move around. Milio can help people go move around quickly. Like this is very much a dance around and deal with team fights comp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the engage of Maokai and Shen, that can be. I mean, Shen has that taunt that is able to lock up, but if that can't land you, if you're able to just dash away from it, as we were talking with that mobility, could maybe exploit that. And I also want to highlight this Dr. Mundo pick, because if Vigar is not able to get the damage out, it is possible that this Dr. Mundo, as we saw in game 1 from CS's beta, is going to be a little unkillable. And I also want to talk about, maybe I'll throw it over to you, this mid lane, this mid 2v2 here. Talk about how a Maokai Vigar versus Jarvanari mid 2v2 goes.
Maokai and Vigar usually. I think Maokai and Vigar probably win that. Because of the rooting of Maokai. Because Jarvan can kind of knock you up, but like it's very situation. I mean, like not situation. It's very conditional how he like knocks you up. Whereas Maokai just roots you or pushes you back. Like it's very hard for Jarvan and Ari to probably win the 2v2 there.
Yeah, well, whatever the case, personally, I do prefer the Jarvan Ari. I think Jarvan is a very strong early game, and I think if this mid 2v2 can really bully their way around the map, we could maybe even see, we saw the top lane last game get some mid pressure, and if we combine that with an Ari who's definitely going to have the early game advantage over the Vigar, maybe this Maokai might be pressured in quite a bit. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let's maybe talk about this bot lane.
Yeah. I mean, the bot lane is gonna be a really interesting matchup. We got the proven like Lucianami versus the unproven Samira Amelia comp there. I think like I said earlier, I think Samira is kind of hurt by the item changes. So like it'd be interesting to see how they work here.
Absolutely, it'll be very interesting to see what Insizer is able to cook up. As do you want to just sync up again? I am currently at 30 seconds.
Okay.
Do you want to just go to 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay? All right. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And I've got to hide time controls to make sure that there are no spoilers, folks. And yeah, we are all good. We'll zoom out a little bit because it's cool as hell, and I learned it about a week ago. Let's do something we maybe didn't touch up on last game. Maybe look at some of these rune choices. Maybe want to talk through anything. Ozone Mummy is actually able to get a ward down, but this mid duo from the side of Gracelight is able to get a little bit of damage down. Not too much. And a Vigar Q will be sealing the deal. But as I was saying, maybe let's talk about some of these rune choices and sort of what these teams are looking for in this early game.
I mean, we saw like the Jarvan already doing what they're supposed to do in the early game, which is start dealing damage. Um, I think the rune choice here, like I think Whispering Goals, I think Vigar at the ultimate spellbook. I think it's ultimate spellbook. I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a really good pick here for setting up like deals and stuff like that. Um, got some bullying going on here with Dr. Mundo. Looks like you're gonna back off though.
Yeah, absolutely. As apologies, folks, I am stuck on the. There we go. I was stuck on focusing on the Vigar and this ultimate spellbook rune, but yeah, absolutely. We saw in the top lane Shen have to actually go retreat through his own jungle because, you know, Dr. Mundo able to get a lot of damage. Vigar as well, taking a lot of active trading here. Going on the side, Whispering Ghoul getting very low here. Some lovely little trading from the side of Shadowhopper. This Ahri getting very, very aggressive as both have hit level 2.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with RA is that you can do some really good early game against Vigar.
Yeah, such a...
Because Vigar is a very scaling champion.
Such a late game, and especially I do want to point out this lack of CC from the side of Samira. Obviously, with her passive, is able to dash around, able to use that to her advantage. But with that very much lack of ability to go in from Samira, I feel like, you know, it's going to be very tough for Incisors to play this game, Duo.
Yeah, that's what that's part of the reason I was worried about this setup here.
Wow,
because like I said, the item changes.
Is able to turn around so much more. Maybe one auto will do it. It takes it down. Oh, just so close there from the side of Ahri, going down to about 6 HP there. You know, forget what I was talking about with Vigar not being an early game champion. Whispering Ghoul taking the fight early.
Yeah, that was actually a really good opportunity there. Almost killed. Like that was just one of those things that could happen. You're not careful with any, even with against like your late game champions, like it's really, if you're not careful, you can just get killed.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Vigar stacking that passive has a whopping 2 ability power, folks. So make sure to, you know, keep an eye on that one. But yeah, a lovely trade. The back does get stopped as flashes have both been traded. You know, the mid laners and the junglers are very much going to be. Oh wow! I thought Vigar took damage there, but he apparently both took damage and got out, which is very nice duo there for Whispering Ghoul.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, wow, it was a lovely little trade here coming from Ozumummy. A lovely little go-in, but he might be turned around by Limelight here. One more auto will do it as it's First Blood now onto the Limelight Avalon here. It is Vigar trying to get damage down, but this double buff on the side of Jarvan is too much. First Blood to Vigar, but a trade back for Power Fruit.
That was good. I think Ozumummy had the right idea there. It was just really hard to get out as Makai.
Yeah, but a nice First Blood onto the champion, you know, a late game champion who's Incisor actually almost going to take him down as well. A lovely little all in there from the side of Lucian Nami. It's such a potent duo combo that is quite low on mana right now. This Jarvan, who has been alive, has been able to looking to take this. Ozumummy is in the area. Top laner here to support will give the game away. But as we see now, actually going all the way in already. The Shen was so low on health, but the flag and drag from the side of Jarvan, able to take a nice kill. Ozumummy not able to respond.
Yeah, like I said, the Makai just has a tough time with mobility, so it's really hard to come back, come and help that.
Yeah, and, you know, we talked about this Jarvan early game. You know, Maokai, Vigar not going to be very good in that early game. We see, you know, Lucian Nami very much taking that mantle for this mid-game, you know, initiator. But, you know, Vigar with this kill is going to be so potent. What are you predicting? Dragon has now spawned. Who do you think is going to get it? And how do you think that's going to impact this?
Considering the priority of bot lane right now, I think that Limelight's going to get it.
Very much low on mana. Both teams needing to reset here. No one having spent their gold. We look in the mid lane here. You see the Maokai looking for a gank and is able to go in it. The chain, the prism comes out. A lovely little chain there from the side of Vigar, who still has his ultimate, uses it and executes the Ahri for a second kill for Whispering Ghoul.
Yeah, the mid lane there is pretty decent. Yeah, I think Viger might be able to run over this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We see this back coming through. Already a lost chapter and an amplifying tome. You know, this Vigor is going to be so strong. And with Dragon coming up, that Prio, and as we talked about in the beginning, that Unsealed spell book able to, when you do not have a summoner spell you need, able to swap it for Ignite for that lane power. Vigor's going to be very flexible and very useful as we see Limelight Avalon now start up the Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Limelight is probably gonna take the first dragon because like because of the fact that the Gracelight Ruby has just been pushed up, like the entire pushed back the entire game so far. It's really hard for them to get the priority needed to
Yeah, absolutely.
get a dragon.
But we actually see a little fight here, and it's Jarvan trying to counter the engage. But Oza Mummy is so low, it's taken down already. The Chen coming in with the ultimate is able to help so much. Incisor trying to do all that he can, but there is no ultimate on this Samira. Ryan Air Pilot is so low. Milio trying to take back his revenge, but this Ari coming in, and with the flash and the Spirit Rush is able to take one already. Gone to get Milk, trying to run out here, but the Spirit Rush resets will be able to get a bit more damage down. Last reset has been used. It's gone to get Milk is so low. As a nice little trade and a big engage, but overall it is 2-3 onto the side of Gracelight.
Yeah, I mean, decent trades there all around. You know, like now we're the gold difference is still the same though. Like it's not like that like huge advantage for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it was a good idea from Ozumummy, but this Jarvan, who has just been able to carry the game, you know, he's able to get so much more damage, taken down the jungle early. I mean, Limelight were able to swing it back. You know, that Shen ultimate was very well timed and was useful in getting that pressure down and able to swing that fight. But yeah, I mean, you know, you cannot count Gracelight out, as we see the Flag and Drag does not go through, just out of range. Ozumummy lives to fight another day.
Yeah. No, I mean, the flag price spent there kind of just like hurt a little bit. Because if he was able to like get a knock up there, it would have been dead.
Yeah, I mean, look at this gold. It is dead even from both of these teams. You know, we see that bot side looking very well for Limelight, but this Mundo, folks, already 30 and a bit CS ahead of his lane opponent. Already 1.5k gold ahead as well. This Jarvan ahead as well makes this a top lane 2v2, very dangerous for the side of Limelight.
Yeah, top lane 2v2 is pretty decent. The bot lane here is also like getting pushed in really hard again, as always. Like this is kind of like a hard. It's kind of hard for the Samira to like get ahead if, especially with the tower dive possibly coming here.
Yeah, but you see the Jarvan and Ari knowing that this is coming through, maybe a little bit obvious here, and Ozumummy thinks better of it. Dashes away, uses those saplings to maintain a little bit of vision priority. But yeah, it was, I think, right to back out there. I've especially noticed this in myself. You think of a play and you don't realize you need to back out of it. I think that's good there from the side of Limelight.
Oh yeah, no, that's the reason I'm still in Iron actually.
We love to see a humble queen here on VL, but we love to see it. You see, you know, bot lane trading a bit back and forth here. Any items you want to highlight here? You know, as we see that the Mundo already has completed this Heartsteel and a lane gank potentially here for for Maokai. Wrong tree.
Yeah. One of the interesting things that's like being built right now is the chain whip spike. I've seen mostly eclipses, or at least I build eclipse on Jarvan off when I play Jarvan. So like, the chain switch spike into I think it's Core Drinker that's the pick there that builds into.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty good for team fights.
Yeah, we saw there in the mid lane Vigor getting very scared, and actually it's going to get Milk, who might die for his sins here, and was using the ultimate to try and save Vigor, which he did. Almost died for himself, but was able to use the dash to get out. Ozumummy here in the bot lane. Been here for quite a while, actually, as we do see the unnatured growth here come out of Maokai trying to get on. Milio is able to be stunned up. The ultimate comes down. As they are not dying here, this actually might be disastrous here for the side of Limelite Avalon. Samira, who's able to get down the damage. Milio blinking health bars as Milio now goes in. The ultimate is able to come through. Nami is running away as this Samira is now unlocked. And the minions doing a lot of damage here. This Nami actually might take it down the EUs. And it is a supportal combat here. A 1-for-2 as Maokai was able to take that kill on the other side. A botched but ultimately successful dive from Limelite Avalon.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit botched, but I mean it worked out in the end, so I can't really be too mad at that.
Well, I'm completely out of it. Sorry, I had my headphones disconnected. Apologies.
It's all good, all good. All I was saying was like it worked out in the end, so I shouldn't be too mad at that.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, you know, I do like this from the junglers. They very much know the strengths of this map right now. We see the Jarvan use that Rift Herald topside, making sure this Mundo is just going to be so unkillable in fights. As a result, we see the second drag go over to the side of Limelite Avalon, able to, you know, get that gold in. Gone to get milk, just cannot burst this Mundo. It's already this tower is about to go down as well. You know, this is a very strong topside for Gracelight Avalon here, Duo.
Yeah, I think like, getting the Mundo strong is probably like the best thing Jarvan's doing right here. Because the strong Mundo is like it's kind of hard to kill, but it's like not too hard to kill. Like if you get what I mean, like it's hard to kill, but it's not like the Cyan last game.
Wow, beautiful there from Incizor, able to dash away, and just a lovely use of mechanics there. You know, it was a dangerous situation, did have to blow the flash and a lot of abilities from the Milio, but is able to get out of there with his life. Oh, but maybe not, actually. Maybe I've spoken too soon. The natured growth does land onto the Milio. Beautifully calculated, but the Dr. Mundo is here. This is where both of the teams have invested. This is the time, and Dr. Mundo is looking to clean up. One already taken down the Nami already, as there's 5 here, 4 here now, as no, 3 almost here. Ozan Mummy trying to get out of his life. Ryanair does execute on the tower as Ozan Mummy, and now the Shen is here, trying to take out Shadowhopper, but it is not enough. Vigar versus the Dr. Mundo, the 2 carries of this team, and Dr. Mundo is cleaning up house. He's already 2 kills so far, make that 3, and it is now Ari is able to take down that kill, put all team members slain there from the side of Limelite Avalon.
Yeah, one thing that was noticeable too is that the Vigar switched to exhaust bit before the fight happened too. So that was something that happened before the fight, and that almost worked.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this top lane, we saw how good CS's better was. I feel bad, like, complimenting the guy whose name is, like, shitting on League.
Yes.
Like, but, you know, we live with what it is. I mean, if he gets
I think he means, like, CS is better, as in, like, CS creep score is better.
Oh, I thought he meant Counter-Strike. Oh, yeah, I think, yeah, that actually makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, if at the end of the day, if you're able to get the kills and you're able to show up and carry a team, I mean, you can say whatever game is better in that case, because, you know, you're clearly better at this game than we are.
Yeah.
Ryanair Pilot
For sure.
looking for a kill. That first strike is able to get him a lot of gold, but CS is better, has to run away as bot lane looking to take the bot side tower. Gone to get milk. A lot of people here is that we actually do see the flag and drag. A lot of damage there for Gone to get milk. But he's a very tanky boy as well, more tanky than he was last time. He's able to get out there with a bot lane tower going to Limelite Avalon.
Yeah, getting the bot lane tower here is pretty good for Limelite Avalon, because like that makes sure that they have some prio now. I mean, they never had prio the entire game, but like that makes it easier for them to get the third dragon.
Yeah, I've just noticed actually, if we look at the objectives around the map, I mean, that was the first tower that Limelite Avalon has taken all game. Very much seen it in the items, but we now see the flag and drag coming down from the Jarvan, who is looking to try and get it. Ari finishes off the fight as 1 kill already gone for the side of Limelight. This could be it for the side of Limelight. This could put them so far behind. There is blinking health bars, but this Dr. Mundo is so much damage. Ari is able to pick up all those kills. The charm lands onto the Nami. Vigar running for his life. The Prism is able to lock up the Ari. But oh my god, this fish is about to die. goodbye. Here's 2 kills for the side of Dr. Mundo, 2 kills for the RE as Gracelight. We talked about how close this game could have been. They've just shown that they were in control the whole time.
Yeah, no, this is a slaughter.
Less of a slaughter than last game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
I mean, still a bit of a slaughter.
And I absolutely want to give it to Gracelight Avalon. Not Gracelight Avalon. Oh my god.
Limelight Avalon. Yeah.
Well, maybe if they form like a super team together, who knows? Quantify Force, Frostbite Mystics, they definitely need, their egos quashed. So I wouldn't mind that if I was them. But yeah, Limelight Avalon. I've loved what they're doing in draft, and very much it is not over. We do see 2 dragons. This Vigar is able to scale. This Lucian and Nami very much can work together. Is very much they can execute this. Only 4K behind is not. We've seen worse, especially in this series. But yeah, lovely execution, lovely team fight from that duo.
Yeah, for sure. It's just like I said, it's gonna be a little hard. It's a little hard to come back from that, but it's very doable. Very doable.
Yeah. Oh my god! Sorry, Vigar has just jumped in to the pit as I was drinking my water. Gone to get milk, tries to save him, but no, he is dead. Power Fruit does get taken out, and the Shen is able to save the Lucian, who is trying to do his absolute best. But a disaster of a starting fight from Limelight Avalon has just been unsavable. The fish goes down, the team goes down, and yeah, probably a clip from my voice that just broke. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was something that happened. Anyways, that means that Gracelight Ruby has gotten the dragon.
Yep, stopping the dragon stacking is very much, if we're talking about this game as a grave, it very much hasn't put the deathbed, absolutely, but very much, shows that this game is very much turning for Gracelight Avalon. Now of 6K ahead, and also, the Limelight Avalon cannot rely on those dragons to maybe sneak a soul that we saw last game happening as well. Something good to take away from Limelight Avalon maybe after this series, no matter the score. But yeah, maybe need to work on these fights and, general team play going forward, duo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe don't jump into the pit right before the fight starts.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Whispering. Honestly, you have been playing so good. It has been, all smiles on the desk so far with how you've been playing. But yeah, that was...
Yeah.
After this game, I would like to look at that, because I don't know if he autoed that, or maybe it might have been someone else.
Somebody else did. Yeah, I didn't notice who autoed that. That's fair.
Wow, one trick does get out. So yeah, don't wanna blame him before we see what happens. But Ryanair trying to get out. The Nature's Grasp is trying to save him as well, and Ryanair is able to, not sponsored, is able to get out. Ozan Mummy also looking to get picked out. Something of a theme here from Limelight Avalon. The culling from the side of Lucian is able to get a little bit of damage out, but no one from Gracelight Avalon is dying. 1 killed, Ozan Mummy down, and yeah, 6 deaths from the side of Ozan Mummy. Not what you want to see in a game, generally.
Not really, no.
My analysis now, I'm just going to admit, has just gone to complete pot right now. It's like, dying, that's not that great, getting items, yeah, it's pretty good. Duo, do you want to add any more enlightened commentary?
Yeah, don't die.
There you go, folks, we solved League of Legends. But no, we
solved League of Legends, don't die.
Very much got a game to cast, and, Baron very much is up. Gracelight Avalon, Gracelight Ruby is still not able to take it, and we will need to see that. After this bot lane tower is taken, we will need to see a shift in priority over to that as well. We've seen from Gracelight Ruby consistently a very much lack in range of, I think, their general team comp. So yeah, making sure that they're able to siege with that Baron is going to be so crucial for for closing out the game, as we saw last game, duo.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my phone. My phone went off.
So, we very much, I just want to ask, we very much have a much more playable draft from the side. of Limelight. You know, we have that magic damage, we have a lot of CC, disengage, and zone control inside of Vigor and Nami. You know, what would you want to say, you know, if there was one sort of term, or there's one sort of idea that you want to see, as we see Gon to get milk, probably getting picked here, what do you want to hear in the comms?
I don't know. I don't know what I want to hear in the comms. As long as it's not like negative, I want to hear like plans to get like how we're gonna get back into this game, you know. That's what I want to hear.
What specifically, as we've seen this before as well from the side of Gracelight Ruby, fainting for the Baron, Awesome Mummy trapped up, that is not where you want to be, very sad tree here, but he's able to survive a bit longer, a nice little wave from the tidal crash from Nami, he's able to knock up 3, but it is all for naught. A nice Baron here is having the claws wrapped around Limelight Avalon as a 2-0 very much on the cards here for Gracelight Ruby.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to come back from a 7k deficit. Or is it 9k? I think it's a 9k deficit. Yeah.
It's now a 10k deficit.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It just keeps going up.
This keeps going up. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to come back from that kind of deficit. Because like that's like, I think that's like, if I remember correctly, I remember reading an article saying like the mathematical like deficit, it's really hard, it's nearly impossible to come back from is 10k. Once it gets like higher than that, it's impossible to come back from a game. Wow. I don't remember where I read that, but I remember reading that somewhere.
Well, there you go. I mean, we've seen those kind of deficits overcome by the likes of SKT. So who knows? Maybe Limelight Avalon have got a little bit of SKT in them, able to take that down. But yeah, a nice stat there. Yeah, he's very much shows the desperate state Ozumumi is, and another pick here. They just keep getting picked. The ultimate is coming through for the Shen, able to shield him up and able to
flash out of that.
Yeah, had to flash out as well. You know, the Spirit Rust used from Ari, but yeah, just getting picked so much from the side of Limelight Avalon is not helping them, Duo.
No, that's really not. This is the kind of thing that I have trouble with too. Is like the positioning. Like the fact that you keep getting picked there is kind of hurting me myself.
Yeah, absolutely. We are seeing, you know, the second dragon being taken. Not sure how necessary it is, but, you know, I suppose it does deny.
I mean, more tankiness for Mundo is really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you are seeing Mundo very tanky already. 2 ultimates already used onto the side. CS is better, now down to 25% health. This might actually be a nice shutdown here, and it does go to the side of Lucian. A 4v5 here, a 5v4 here for the side of Limelight Avalon. As we see the nature's graph now come on. This could be where Limelight Avalon turn it here. The taunt going through for the side of Jarvan is able to get nice little flag and drag, lands onto the backline. It is Samira now wanting to clean up the flight, and it does. Dash and slice and triple and pentakill for the side of Samira. The first one caught on BL this split. Lovely to wrap up the game, which it basically is. And Scissor, take a bow. Lovely to see on stage. Gracelight Ruby demolish Limelight.
Yeah, that was a good pentakill. That was a really good pentakill. By the way, that time that Dr. Mundo died that was the first time that CS is better died this entire match.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, he very much tried to keep it alive. The death timers here will very much come up for Limelight, and so the game will not end here. But with 2 inhibitors and the bottom tower going down, it very much seems like a matter of time here, Duo.
It really is a matter of time. You know, we got like pushing the bottom lane as well. Like we're gonna see another fight pretty soon, I think. True, after they go back here.
Excuse me, folks. Apologies for that one. But with no objectives, I keep doing this. The N key, it keeps going off. So I do apologize, folks, for those who really like seeing the timers. I will try and be getting better at that. But there is one thing. The stream has worked this week, Duo, which has always been very nice to see. We will also have things, I believe, this week. The power rankings as well. The lovely, not toxic. How do I put this gracefully? The controversy prone. Should that be it? From the, you know, that'll be, you know, lovely to see as well. Hosted by the amazing Taria. Also a caster for Div 2. Very talented and has helped me so much as well. It'd be lovely to watch that as well. Get a cider. We see Limelight Avalon here putting up the last defenses. Minions coming down onto the bot lane turret. It's going to be tough here for Limelight Avalon.
Really tough here. We got the ult from Lucian as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And CS better looking for the flank. This is the final fight, and the final fight is over as Nami taken down, Ryanair taken down, Shen taken down. It is 3 kills already. Milio getting some of the kill action. The first kill all game, and it is nice. Ozen Mummy left to hold the fort, but it is no more. Ozen Mummy gets taken down by Dr. Mundo, who has just had an amazing, fantastic game. CS is better, and Scissor take a bow. Gracelight Ruby with a dominant 2-0. And yeah, Limelight Avalon gonna have to wait till week 6 to get another win.
Yeah, that was something that happened.
Very much so. It was indeed something that happened, but you know, we will do not leave yet, folks, as we will be able to get a little bit of a interview that we will be able to do, as I will just say that in chat. Interview, please. There we go. But yeah, lovely from Gracelight Ruby. Commiserations to Limelight Avalon. You know, I feel like, especially in that second game, they did have that adaptation. They were learning, but yeah, it wasn't enough, Duo.
Unfortunately, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, if you just want to maybe talk about, you know, maybe where Limelight went wrong. Is there anything sort of over the 2 games you maybe think is a through line, or anything in particular you want to highlight, maybe to improve on? What are your thoughts?
I mean, maybe it's positioning. I think it might be the positioning. Like, so like Malachi, for example, got picked quite a bit in the second game. Like, you know, we had a lot of picks in that game. That's part of the reason that Gracelight Ruby had won pretty quickly. Was because of being picked a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. As I have no, that I had a notification, but that was not for VL. That was for a that was for something else. My bad. Yeah, back to the stream. But yeah, congrats to Gracelight Ruby, making sure getting that second win is going to be so crucial for that cutoff save and making to playoffs. Obviously, as we do not have a bracket stage, we go straight to that single elimination, or is it double? Could be double elimination. I think it's double elimination, but you know, it is going to be, you know, a very important win there for Gracelight Ruby duo.
Yeah, being able to like get 6 to like, at least stay at 6 is a very good setup. We'll see if they can keep it in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. As we talked about, folks, we will have a interview lined up. We have Power Fruit here, the jungler for the side of Gracelight Ruby. I'm sorry, Power Fruit. I have been just butchering your team's name throughout this. How are you feeling after that win?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, talk to us how those games went. Obviously, that first game, Limelight drafted full AD into you, which made your top laner. I'm a very happy boy. But talk to us about your mindset about maybe each of those games, maybe particularly that second game, which we saw a lot more resistance from Limelight Avalon.
So for the first game, they had bans in the first game, right? The first 3. So we were sure we get all the comfort picks we want, because there is no contest. We looked them up, tracked them a little bit, and they hadn't any champions they want to contest with us. So it was kind of free. We were debating if we want to ban the Milio or keep it open. And then we had like, yeah, we just play Blitzcrank into Milio, and yeah, then game 1 happened, right? The only thing was like the Nocturne and Malphite combo on the Draven, but we were always in the call, yeah, you're just a bait because they can't kill Zion, right? And he does so much damage with his items and full AD against. So we kind of knew, okay, it was a little bit free. I think drafting full AD is not ideal, to say it politely, right? Even if top laner has last pick up and there are so many strong tanks at the moment available. Second game, we were not quite sure what they want to ban. I mean, they opted then to ban the Draven and the Ivern. We kinda would have looked also to get that in the second game. But then, yeah, we rolled out, we got another comfort pick in the Samira, and then they decided to take down my bot lane. I had a hard decision to make. I sacked my entire bot lane for Mundo, and just to get the Fen behind. Also in the hope that they won't have the damage to kill Mundo in the late game. Also with me building kinda the tank build, right? The CDR, just perma engage on them with Nami being free after no flash or something like that. Yeah, that was game 2.
Absolutely. Yeah, Duocat, if you want to ask a question, I'll just be looking at chat.
Yeah. What made you pick Sion last? Like was it the free win there, or did you guys have were you guys planning to pick Sion that entire game?
No, it was the free win.
It was a free win. Okay, I wasn't entirely sure. I wasn't not that I wasn't entirely sure. I just wanted to know if it was it was just because it was a free win, or if it was just planning the entire time to have that happen.
Yeah.
No, we kind of needed a front line, right? So we knew we wanted to take something tankish on top lane, because I haven't played obviously a tank back. But then with full AD, it's just Sion really strong, and he excels in pure AD.
Yeah, I think the Sion was probably was one of the smartest things you guys had done so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very much game 1, pretty much a Strom. We have a question here from Moradin. How's Incissor doing? A pentakill, but also, very much getting camped in that second game. Yeah, how's he doing? How's he feeling?
I had a crying AD for most of the time, just begging for this yes. I even was the gracious jungler as I am. I even let him take the red buff for yes, No, but jokes aside, yeah, it doesn't feel pretty good, right, to be set behind in a very bot-centric meta at the moment. And so we were kinda low hat from bot side. But then when we got into the fights, we seen, yeah, it's just free because they can't take us down. Then the Ahri suddenly had 18 stacks on the Magi's. I don't know where that came from. And then we just steamrolled, and then the fight was with the Collector and the ult and permadash, right? That was the pentakill.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to all your team. It was very dominant wins. We did see a little bit of early game pushback from Limelight Avalon, but taking this game for you, what's it mean to the team, especially as you were 6th place before, you will be higher now, but you are on that cutoff period. What does it mean to the team, in terms of standings? How are you guys? What was the general feeling when you won that game too?
I don't know really much about standings at the moment, because I don't really mind that much, right? Just joined the team last week, because I was in the sub jail for another team, but they thankfully let me go. Now I'm the starting jungler for Gracelight. Really happy about that, and it just feels good, right, that we come off strong in the first week playing together as a team, doing the 2-0. Just feels good.
Yeah, absolutely. And, just to add to that as well, Frostbite Mayhem, having also added a new player to their roster, have just actually put up an upset against 50/50, winning their first match against 50/50. So, yeah, any thoughts on that before we close?
Nice. I'm really happy for every upset, for every underdog story. Really happy for the guys.
But not this one where you won against Limelight Avalon.
No, not close.
No worries, but thank you very honestly. I'm buzzing right now. For my team, but yeah, thank you very much. Well deserved victory.
Thank you for cast and stream. Really good job, boys.
No worries. See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
I should. Wait, hang on. I should not disconnect because I am in the. I'm just so used to just like disconnecting after I say see ya, but very much not so. We've still got a stream. Yeah, Duocat, lovely little 2 game here. Anything you want to say before we close for the evening?
I enjoyed I thoroughly enjoyed those games, regardless of the fact that it was a stop.
Yes, absolutely. We do get that in VL. Not every week is a power week, but folks, for the 19 of you who are here, well, actually no, 18. I am currently watching. But for those of you who are here next week, week 5 is going to be a week and a half. Hi, Crinzy, I love you so much. It is next week. We have Frostbite Mystics, who have been undefeated so far, going against Quantify Force, also undefeated, unless Quantify Nova pull up the upset against their stronger team. But yeah, that is going to be such an amazing game. I really want to cast it. It'll be so fun to see. And yeah, but thanks again to Duocat. She's been an amazing caster. It's our first time casting together, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first time we cast together. This is the second time I've actually cast Legal Items, so.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. I didn't know. But yeah, it was incredible it was very nice to cast. Thank you so much. Love in the chat. And yeah, we'll see you all either on Wednesday for the power rankings, or on Thursday for Div 2, or on Monday where we're going to have that amazing game. Thank you so much, folks.
Bye-bye, guys.